Cam Robinson has a knee injury. Jack Conklin, Gage are in the concussion protocol. Joe Tryon has a hip injury. Yeah, you can't do those things and expect to go on the road and win, and just frustrated to not play clean football on offense, defense, and special teams. Just can't do it on the road versus a good football team, and we got to get it fixed because, you know, before you start winning, you got to stop losing. We're doing some things right now that are preventing us from winning, so we'll get it fixed. With that, I'll take any questions.
What's the number one thing offensively?
Well, yeah, I don't think it's as simple as that, Zach. Obviously, today we weren't able to run the ball effectively, and then got behind there in the second half. 0 for 3 in the red zone. I know those were 2-minute drives, a lot of them, but we gotta find a way to score points. Got to run the ball efficiently. Got to find a way to be better in the pass game. All of the above.
Was it something the Steelers did that you couldn't run, or was it something else?
Yeah, I mean, obviously give credit to your opponent, but we got to do a better job.
Kevin, with all the issues on offense, were there any thoughts maybe getting a hook on you to try to oversee some entire offense and get it back on track?
Yeah, there's a lot of things that we need to do better, and obviously I'll look at all things.
So you will consider.
There's a long list of things we got to do better.
Dillon was basically beat up this whole entire game. Hit 16 times, sacked 6 times. He really didn't have much of a chance. So many of his passes were dropped.
Yeah.
Can you just talk about what a tough road that was coming out there today?
Yeah, he's a tough kid. We got to keep him clean. Obviously, when the game turns into how it turned, a 2-score game, you have to drop back, and that's a tough team to drop back versus. But he kept battling. It wasn't for a lack of effort by him or by anybody. Made some plays, but we just got to be better.
You learn something from a game like that?
Yeah, I think you learn in every game, win, lose, or draw. And obviously we know this kid's tough. We know he's tough. He's going to keep fighting. We just got to, around him, make some plays. We got to coach him up. We got to be better in getting our guys in position, all the above.
Kevin, how do you think Tyson did in his first game? Obviously, the touchdown wasn't there, but was there any thought about maybe playing Denzel when he played a little bit more to kind of take that pressure off of Tyson in his first game?
Yeah, I thought Tyson, did a good job considering when he got on campus, got him up to speed. Obviously, they have a great player over there, made a play, but really was pleased with how he was able to get up to speed in this game.
Just to spare Dillon any more to do, did you ever think about at all going to Shore instead?
No, yeah, we were just trying to fight there till the end.
Kevin, I think you only had 6 penalties, but it felt like
They were costly.
Really big.
Yep, they were.
How disappointed? How do you? I guess.
Yeah, very disappointed. The first, Jerry's a leader for us. I think he was a retaliation type thing, and we preach that, we teach that. We can't do that. And those are real yards that are hard to overcome. So we have to be better. Got to again. It gets to the point of need to make sure you're playing clean. Then give yourself a chance. It's hard when you make life harder on yourself.
You've talked about how drops haven't been an issue in practice, but they're out there again today. What are you seeing? I guess contributes to that.
Just got to keep working. Nothing technically. Just got to keep working.
How would you assess Dillon's second start?
Yeah, like we talked about, I think he was battling. Obviously, not good enough offensively, and that's players and coaches, but he was battling.
Yeah, the offensive line situation, specifically the tackle situation, it seems like every time you think you got the answer solved or look toward a solution, another problem creates. Just how frustrating is it, and where do you go from here to try to?
Yeah, we'll just coach up the guys we got. Obviously, we know injuries are a part of this game, Chris, and we expect the guys that are out there to go perform, but we'll get them coached up.
When you look at your roster, all the rookies that you had out there today, these guys just are going to have to grow up fast against teams like this and just deal with just the aggressive, physical nature of these games.
Yeah, I think, our young players, Mary Kay, like we've talked about, they all work very hard. They're going to make young mistakes because they're young players, but really like how that group battles. So they will only get better.
Kevin, when you look at where your kind of stuff's out, what do you need to do better for an offense that happens with 17 points?
Yeah, all of the above. Name something. We got to do it better.
Just how, can you put into words just how disappointing and frustrating and upsetting it is to come in here and have this kind of a game, this kind of a result?
Yeah, this is the NFL. We have to be better, and that's the we. I have to be better for this football team. Our coaches have to be better for this football team. Our players have to be better for this football team. But bottom line is, there's things that will hold you back from winning, and you got to knock those out so you give yourself a chance. Yeah, another young player that we're counting on. We trust him. Does a nice job in these games. Obviously, we have a ton of confidence in him as well.
Even though you have a lot of rookies this year, Kevin, there's a lot of guys who now are 4-19 over the last 23 games. How concerned are you about keeping those guys with the program?
Yeah, we're focused on what's in front of us, Tony. I understand the question, but our team's focused on what they got in front of them.
Do you think there's a risk when you keep talking to Jerry Judy, or Jerry Judy keeps reading more and hearing more about the drops, and it just kind of feed on itself after a while?
Yeah, he's been playing this game for a long time. I think he's got great confidence. I have a ton of confidence in him. Ball's going to keep coming his way.
I mean, with how teams gone 1-5, offense obviously has very strange goals. How do you just sort of go about keeping things positive going?
Yeah, I think with our football team, I know we have young players, but we have a bunch of veterans that understand what we have in front of us. They understand, we're not in the business of looking behind. We're just not. We got to focus on what's in front of us.
On the roughing clean, where Dillon's head kind of bounced off the turf, were you surprised that they didn't do some kind of a concussion check?
I did not see the play. I know the result of the penalty, but I did not see the play.
Did you see the running into the punter?
Yes. Yeah. Hard.
How do you prevent the younger players from learning the wrong habits, taking the right lessons from this stretch?
Yeah, I think, like we talked about, you learn, win, lose, or draw, and it's frustrating in these moments, of course. But I got guys in there that understand what's in front of us. They understand the things that we have to clean up, and we got leadership on the football team that will bring the young guys along.
With Dillon, do you worry a little bit with rotating or a tackle and the drops issues that could be hurting him to be in a bad environment?
Yeah, he's got to operate regardless of what's going on around you. Their injuries are a part of every football team. So, he's just got to keep continuing to stack these games, stack these reps.
What can you say about how Aaron Rodgers operated, got rid of the ball quickly, did everything that you guys probably would be able to do?
Right, yeah, great player. Obviously, they again, give them credit. Give their offense credit, their defense credit. They did a nice job. But he was accurate throughout the day, made plays, did a good job.
Good.
Okay, thank you, guys. Thank you.
How do you process another loss here?
It's tough. That's all I can say.
Myles, when you look out there, you guys are a team in transition, obviously. There's so many young guys out there. How hard is it? Everybody fought so hard, but how hard is it to come into Pittsburgh, play against this veteran, aggressive football team with really so many young guys?
I mean, no team is going to care that we have young guys. Guys around the league, young or old, are expected to make plays, and we had young guys step up and do that. But there's no expectation of you when you come in. There's less expected of you or more expected of you. The job is to win, no matter how old you are.
Myles, I know you say obviously that you win as a team, but it seems like every game the script is kind of the same, where the offense really number 10 ends up marking. Is it a little more frustrating to keep the ball
Yeah, it's frustrating. Yeah, it's frustrating. To lose the same way every time, it's frustrating as hell.
Along those lines, Myles, what role do you play in just kind of keeping the locker room as positive as possible moving forward? I know you went to that last year too. What role do you sort of have?
Got to continue to be the same person every day. Coming in, working my ass off, showing guys, what it's like, what's expected of you to be a professional, and a man of character. Come in and just be who you are. Don't let the environment or situation define who you are.
It's a tough situation for everybody, obviously. Your quarterback went out there, had a little bit of a beating, kept getting up. Did that tell you something about him? Show you a little something about him today?
I don't think anyone had any misunderstandings of who he was as a player and a person. He has a lot of heart. He's tough as hell, and he knew that it was going to be tough getting through this game because they're going to send a whole bunch of looks, a whole bunch of blitzes, and they have some really good rushers over there. So I'm not surprised that he got up every single time. That's just the man he is.
What do they do, Myles, to neutralize you, but you didn't have a sack again? Was it just Aaron getting the ball out of his hand, double and triple teams thing, or did they try anything new today?
No, the script's pretty much the same. If you want to, stop us to the D-line front, they got in chunk formation. They chipped. He got the ball out, as quick as possible, and there weren't a lot of situations in which, even if I was running butt ass naked, that I could have got there. So I think that was a situation for all of us. The way he was getting it out or sprinting out to other side. He moved behind the line of scrimmage more than he has in the last couple of years, and that wasn't by mistake.
When you watch their pass rushers able to get after it because they have a 2 or 3 score lead, what goes through your head?
Must be nice.
At 1-5, what can you say to your guys? What can you say to that locker room about how to put it back together and move forward through this?
Put it back together. I wouldn't say we have any broken men. Just a matter of being that same person every day. Don't, like I said, don't let the situation define you. Continue working on your craft, and stay together. Further apart we go, the worse outcome will be. So only grow tighter as a team. Trust and lean on your brother, and then we'll find our way out of it.
Myles, you went through the beginning of your career, rookie, it was a year obviously. How did you, thinking about it again, how did you avoid learning the wrong habits from that situation? How did you emerge from that and still maintain the great habits?
Well, wins and losses. You got to learn from the losses more than you learn from the wins. The wins you're riding high, and you can't expect to really take a lesson from that. But when you lose, you have a time to reflect and look in the mirror, see what it took to get to those wins. Who you are and what you missed. So that, and plus having a great vet in Joe. Joe Thomas was pivotal in becoming the rusher that I am, the player that I am, and helping me be just an all-around good person. With the discipline that he came with every single day.
We're going to take 2 more.
Joe Thomas, I remember throughout all those many losing years, talked about just how hard it was to continuously fire himself up over and over and over again. Do you find yourself getting to that point where you have to dig even a little deeper to try to find within yourself to keep going as hard as ever?
Yeah.
Good. Appreciate it.
solid. Probably not. Obviously, not happy we won or lost, but yeah, bodies. Yeah, physically, sure. Yeah.
How tough was it out there with those guys just teeing off and took 16 hits, 6 sacks, just how physical, aggressive, and everything?
Yeah, they're a really good team. I think on the sack end, there's things that I can help to do to try and get it out as quick as possible, just so we're not in the negative on first and second down. So things we got to learn from.
Dillon, when you look at the struggles for the passing game, drop back a lot and those struggles, inconsistency in the passing game, what do you attribute to that?
I think here and there's times where I definitely need to be better and creating completions, and then us working together to find that. We got to create chunks, explosives. That's sometimes just runners, right? Yards after catch, or maybe that's down the field, but that's also just doing the easy things at a high level. And I think at times, we're not doing that, and that starts with me. But yeah, we got to find answers.
Is it disappointing that you guys, the passing game isn't going the way that you wanted to? You can't keep going with Quinshon, and that kind of neutralizes what he's able to do for you guys, right?
Yeah, I think it's a balance, right? I think at a certain point in the game we were trying to, catch up in a sense and be more aggressive. So we're a little different in that end. But I think early on we tried to get that going and, of course, take our chances when we can in the pass game.
Kevin said it's a long list of things you guys got to do better. To you, where does that list start?
I think sustaining drives. I think there's a lot of positives in certain areas, and then whether it's a negative play or a penalty here and there that sets us back in a series where you're going to get in third and long, and they've been really good at that in third and long. So at that point, it's a lot tougher to sustain drives. But when we are ahead and being really good on first and second, then all of a sudden, on thirds you're converting, you're building momentum and being able to sustain drives where you're in the plus territory. And then I think when you're in the plus territory, you can't score field. You got to go score touchdowns and not field goals. So I think there's a lot for sure to work on, and we're gonna have to just take it one by one and all get better. But like I said, it all starts with me as well.
Dillon, how do you maintain a steady pocket presence when you're under pressure a lot?
Yeah, I think there's got to be comfort within a pocket, and I think anytime you can operate in that with pressure, there's obviously less guys in coverage, so you want to take advantage of that, but also being able to use and extend plays as well. But I think there's a combination of the two that you got to balance to where you're not moving unnecessarily and creating your own pressure, but then also being comfortable in the pocket when there's games and stunts going on.
Is there anything unique in this atmosphere you haven't seen before?
I think every atmosphere is unique to itself, but as a competitor, you want to continue to make it process-oriented, and there's a job to do and do it at a high level. And you got to play good on the road. Like, we play home games, we play away games, so either way, you got to play good football.
When you're struggling as a whole, how difficult is when you have big drops, big moments, and how do you deal with that?
It's all things we're all going to learn from. I think it's hard to just say there's drops. There's a lot of ways that I can be better to help them, right? And times that we can, work through those certain things. But within plays, it ain't going to be perfect. It never will. But in the moments that we are in, it's a lot more crucial to sustain drives and get catches to keep going. But like I said, I don't want to get it misconstrued. That all starts with me as well.
Dillon, you talked about the negative plays, the penalties in particular. How do you clean those up? Because it seems like the last couple of weeks especially that, you have a play and just this ill-timed penalty that kind of negates any sort of positive momentum you guys have.
It's tough. That's part of playing the game as well, playing penalties. I think limiting, pre-snap penalties is huge, but playing penalties are going to happen. It happened on both sides. So at times we benefited from it as well, but you want to, of course, limit those for sure.
Dillon,
Two more.
I know being young for you guys is not any kind of excuse, but when you look out there and you see all these guys playing their, first game, second game, third game, do you feel like as a group, as an offense, that you guys are really going to
I try not to look big picture and just be present. I think other people in our building have the ability to look at that, but for me, it's like, how can we be good right now and be the best version of ourselves? We obviously know that there are younger guys that are hungry and have are gaining experience at the moment. But like I said, there's got to be growth day to day, week to week, and it's got to translate to a better outcome.
You talked about not settling for field goals. So how do you be better, not you, but in general,
Yeah.
be better inside the red zone? And how tough is it when you don't score a touchdown?
Yeah, it's tough. It gets tighter, and coverage is tighter. There's a lot more pressure as well. So I think in that case, you got to be on your P's and Q's and being able to show eyes quicker, getting the ball out. But also, like I keep going back to creating completions. And when you do that, you don't go broke taking a profit, and you continue to move forward. That, 3-yard gain and, the plus 10 is huge, or even a 4-yard gain. So just being able to help yourself there, but don't want to. We want to score touchdowns in the red area.
Real quick, you guys are 1-5 now. What is the mindset? Where do you go from here? How do you feel at 1-5? What can you guys do?
Well, the good part is there's a lot to learn from and grow from. So I think we'll have a lot of, things to look at and address. So that's, positive. But like I said, it has to go back to action and getting work done so that there is a different outcome. Because nobody in the building likes this feeling, and we definitely don't want to keep that rolling. So thank you.